Years ago today, the U.S. Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in the Obergefell ruling. Minnesota played a key role through that ruling, though the ruling didn't make much of a difference here. Fox 9's Corin Hoggard is at the state Supreme Court. And Corin, the people who made that history here are a bit worried about the ruling now. Why is that?
Yeah, Kelsey, there were 3 Minnesota couples who were actually suing the state, trying to get it to recognize their marriages in other states when our legislature here okayed same-sex marriage. That was in 2013, a couple years before Obergefell. And now some of the people who were involved in that fight are worried that their win is at risk.
We do hereby declare that Margaret and Kathy are legally married.
Same-sex couples had the Minneapolis mayor and the law on their side when they got married starting in 2013. 2 years later, the Timberwolves drafted Karl Anthony Towns, and the Supreme Court okayed same-sex marriages nationwide.
In many ways, the roots of the Obergefell case were here in Minnesota, yet the ruling in Obergefell had no impact in Minnesota because Minnesota had already been one of the few states that allowed same-sex marriage.
Marshall Tannick helped with the Marry Me Minnesota lawsuits that forced the issue. 10 years after Obergefell, he's seeing signs it may come undone with a different court, just like Roe v. Wade. Justice Clarence Thomas has suggested revisiting Obergefell, and a few states are taking similar steps to the ones they made to challenge the abortion ruling.
It may take a few years to get there, and it depends, of course, on the composition of the court, but there certainly is a significant risk that Obergefell could fall.
Gallup polling shows almost 70% of Americans approve of same-sex marriage. Since Obergefell, about 600,000 same-sex couples have gotten married, including Kristen Ostendorf and her partner Amy, who tied the knot 3 weeks after the Obergefell decision. She says they play games, watch TV, and pick up dog poop, a life that shocked one friend who came over for dinner.
And the next day she said to me, "You know, you live the most boring, normal life." And I thought, well, of course we do. We're just people.
Of course, that official document, though, is still very important to these folks because it gives them rights they might not otherwise have. Things like, tax exemptions and health care coverage and decision making, and also helps with estate planning. Live at the state Supreme Court, Corin Hoggard, Fox 9.